Hi there. I'm Julie with Heart, Mind, Chi Healing Arts, and today we are going to do a Say Yes meditation. Welcome, Tony. It's very nice to have you. Hi, Charles. So nice to have you. We're talking about saying yes today, saying yes to ourselves, saying yes to those things that we really want. So thank you very much. Thank you. Hi, Ani. Yay, Ani's here. Okay, so number one, I figured out how to flip the camera on Periscope, so yay me. Hi, almost like you. Hi everybody, so happy to have you here. Today we're going to do a say yes meditation. And what are we saying yes to? Well, that's one thing that we want to do a little bit of exploration about. So I'd love it if you would be willing to tell me what is it that you really want. In that deepest part of yourself, what do you want? So if you'd be willing to share that with the rest of the group. Who gave you that pendant? It was from a loved one, from my sweetheart. So it is the Tai Chi, for those of you who can't see it, the yin-yang symbol. All right, so we're focusing on what do you want? What do you really want? What do you want so badly that you're willing to change to get it? So I'll give you an example. A lot of us think that we want to make a change for a healthier lifestyle, right? We want to start exercising, we want to start eating right. But when it comes down to it and I've got to put the alarm on for 5:30 in the morning, not happening. And so I don't want it that bad, right? Lao Tzu says, speaking of the pendant, of the Tai Chi pendant, Lao Tzu, who is thought to be the father of Tai Chi, says if you don't change directions, you may get where you're going. So if we don't make that change, if we don't do something that moves us forward, that takes a step forward, that indicates to our system, I'm ready to say yes, then we're not going to get what we really want. So how do I know what I want? How do I know if that's really what I want, or if it's, stories of what I should want? One of my favorite examples is this whole gluten-free thing. Like, is that really for me? Or is that just everybody telling me that I should go gluten-free? So we're going to do a meditation in a little bit that's going to help us really tune into that calling, to that deep knowing, that intuition that lets us know that yes, that's for us. We're going to do a meditation that helps us move past sort of all the clutter. So yay, someone wants to take a retreat for a week by myself. That's awesome. Yay, Ani. Yeah, what would it mean to do that? That's what we really want. But what would it mean to do that? Well, it'd probably mean that we got to rearrange some things, right? Do you want that so badly that you are willing to do a little bit of rearranging in your life? You might have to ask some people for some help, right? So that's another thing to consider. Do I want this thing so badly in my life that I'm willing to get support? I'm willing to get help. Yeah, time away from the kids. Ooh, and what's that all wrapped around? A little bit of shame and guilt too, right? I'm a mom too, so I understand, I get it. It is tough for a mom to say, I want some time away from the kids. I want, yes, guilt. That's right, Ani. I want some time to myself. That can feel very guilt-laden, very shame-laden. We're not supposed to want that. So that's another sort of layer of, am I willing to set that guilt aside? Am I willing to set that shame aside and claim it? This is what I want. I want some time to myself. I want some time away from my kids. And I'm not going to feel ashamed or guilty about that. Okay, so we are talking today about saying yes to yourself. We're talking about naming and claiming what you really want, and then examining, am I willing to make a change? Am I willing to do something different in order to get what I really want? Am I willing to ask for help? Am I willing to get support? Am I willing to find a coach or a therapist or a trainer or a nutritionist or some other kind of help? Am I willing to ask my partner for some help, or my family for some help, or my co-workers for some help? Am I willing to gather the resources? Am I willing to go and find more information on this? Maybe I want to do something like start a business. Am I willing to take some classes to help me further that, what I really want? Thanks for all the hearts. Thank you for everybody that's listening and tuning in. All right, I'm going to keep this brief because as much as I love social media, I love this new format of Periscope, I love Facebook and I love Twitter, although I'm still trying to figure that out. As much as I love this, I know that it can be a time suck, and I know that there's really great information on here, but it's hard for us to make a change and take action if we're just watching videos. So I'm going to make this quick, okay? Here's our meditation, all right? So if you'll do me a favor, and wherever you are, if you can be as comfortable as possible, and if you're in a place where it's okay for you to close your eyes, go ahead and close your eyes, and that just sort of helps to eliminate the external goings on, and we can turn the light around, we can turn around our consciousness and look inward for a little bit. We're going to spend a little bit of time looking the other way, looking inside instead of outside. And so if you're comfortable now and you are able to close your eyes, just start noticing how your body feels. We're just going to take a little inventory of what's going on in the body. The body has so many messages for us. It's so wise. And we can turn toward the body so that we can find out what our true yes is and what our true no is. Sometimes saying yes to ourselves is saying no to some other stuff in our lives, saying no to being busy all the time, to this, we have like this need to be busy all the time. And so sometimes if we can say no to the busy, that can help us say yes to ourselves. All right, so we can notice our body as we're doing this, as we're beginning to turn our focus inward. And you might notice that there's some thoughts kind of creeping up, and we have the monkey mind going on, and I can't possibly, and what about this? And so that's okay. It's all okay if those thoughts are up. Let's just keep focusing on the body. How does the body feel? And we might notice that there becomes a little bit of space between the thoughts. So notice how your body feels. Focus on your breath and see if you can get just a second or two of some space between those thoughts. All right. So as you're noticing how your body feels, I want you to take your awareness to your belly. Just take your awareness to your belly, get an idea of what's going on there. How does it feel today? And then see if you can get it to a neutral place, just paying attention to it if you can get it to a place where it doesn't feel bad and it doesn't feel necessarily like excited. It's just pretty neutral. And then I want you to think about something that really excites you, that you know excites you. So for me, I love to dance. And so when I'm checking out my true yes and my true no, I think about dancing. So think about that thing that you always lean in toward, that you love doing, that you know is a yes for you. And as you think about that, notice how your belly feels and notice how your chest feels. As you think about this thing that's a big yes for you. I love doing this. This is a yes for me. Notice how that feels and make a note to yourself. We're in meditation, so I'm not going to ask you to type in to me, but maybe when we finish, you can remember how this feels for you. Or you can write it down when we're done. And then go back to that neutral space. Take some deep breaths. Go back to that neutral space. And now think about something that's a no for you. I know I do not like this. This is not for me. For me, that is ever working in the food service industry again. So I've done that before. I don't like it. It is a big no for me. That's my baseline no. So what is that no for you? This is not in alignment for me. And notice how your belly and your chest feel when you think about that. And again, just tune into what that feels like in the body. And then when you're ready, come back to neutral again. Just come back to neutral. Make a little note, a little mental note before you open your eyes. What did it feel like in my body to say yes? And what did it feel like in my body to say no? All right. So when you're ready, you can go ahead and open your eyes. If you want to, you can share with us, what does that yes feel like? For me, it feels like a big opening, sort of expansion in my chest. I feel kind of a tug in my belly, like a leaning forward. If you've done any energy testing or muscle testing, it can sometimes feel like that. You know that that's a leaning towards something. And then notice what it felt like. Yeah, it feels giddy in my belly. You feel like excited in your belly. Yes, nice, Ani. Thank you for telling us what that feels like. And then what does it feel like in your body, the no? What does the no feel like? For me, the no feels like a contraction, and I'm almost, I can feel myself sort of leaning away from it, and I get a little bit nauseous. Closed. Ani says closed. Yeah, I feel closed. It's like a turtle going in its shell, right? That's what it feels like for me, and I feel a little bit nauseous in my belly. So that's what I feel like when I feel my big no. That's a tool that you can use, a little say yes meditation that you can use, so that when you have a great, like I'm an idea person, I have lots of different ideas, and some of them are not my ideas. Some of them are ideas that come to me, and it's something that I'm supposed to hand off, or I'm supposed to wait a little while to do. And so my practice has been sorting out what are the things that I'm supposed to say yes to now, and what are the things that are on hold, and what are the things that are not my things. So when you think about what you want to say yes to, this is a great little exercise to tune in and to ground your energy from that idea space, which feels really exciting, and start to figure out, is this something that I'm willing to say yes to? Is this something that I'm willing to ask for help with? Is this something that I'm willing to make a change in order to make it happen? Is this something that I'm willing to invest in? Is this something I'm willing to invest my time in, invest my money in, invest my resources? Is this something that I'm willing to stand up and claim? I want this. That's about setting boundaries, right? This is for me. This is what I want, and this is what I'm going to do to get it. I want to thank you so much for joining me. I'm just beginning my Periscope adventure, and I hope to do a lot more of these, and so I'd love for you to like me, favorite me, whatever it is you do on Twitter or Periscope. I'm still figuring this out. Thank you, Ani. She says I'm awesome. Thank you so much. You're awesome too. All of you are awesome. I love getting in tune with our awesome and with our true yes and true no. You can find me on Facebook. Thanks for the thumbs up. You can find me on Facebook at Heart, Mind, Chi, and Chi is spelled Qi, Healing Arts, and I'm pretty sure I'm the only one there, so you can look for me on Facebook and like me there. My name is Julie Balderrama, and you can find my website at www.heartmindchi.com. You can get in touch with me by emailing heartmindchi@gmail.com. I'd love to work with you either in person and privately, or I have some group programs available. Some exciting things are coming up, including some collaboration with Ani. So I can't wait to start watching Ani's Periscopes. I know she's done a couple of them, but I'm looking for you too. So I'm gonna look to see what Ani's doing too. You might want to do that as well. Ani Anderson, if you want to favorite her, I'm sure she's got some good stuff to give you too. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I will see you again on another Periscope. Bye-bye. How do you turn this thing off? There we go.